Hey everyone. So for today, we're going to go over measurement and we're going to focus on length. So what is length and what do we use it for? So length is the measured distance from one point to another. We can use it to find out how long an object is, the size of an object, how far away an object or place is, and so much more. Units of measure for length. So in the previous years, you guys have learned inches, yards, miles. This year, we're going to focus on metric length, which means we're going to be looking at what a millimeter, centimeter, meter, and kilometer are. Our first example is a millimeter, or mm. It's about the thickness of a credit card, or about 10 sheets of paper stacked up. And there are 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter. If you look at a ruler, it is the little lines that are on the centimeter side of the ruler. It's also about the width of pencil lead. A centimeter is about the width of your pinky. So if you look at the image on the right, your pinky, how wide it is. There are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. A meter is about the width of a door or even the height of a chair. Last year, you guys learned about yards. A meter stick is only a little bit longer than a yardstick. And there's 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. And kilometer is used when we are measuring distance. So think driving and walking somewhere. And in terms of miles, 1 kilometer is about 3/5 of a mile or 0 6/10 of a mile. All right, reasonable estimations. If I'm trying to determine the width of a penny, I'm not going to use a kilometer. That's about how far it is from here to McDonald's. I would use a millimeter. Since pennies are small objects, millimeters work great. To find the length of a pencil, since we can't use inches, centimeters are the best estimate or the best way to measure the length of a pencil. Meters can be used to tell how tall a tree is, how wide a room is, how tall a door is. So meters can be used for a lot of different things. And like I said, kilometers are driving distance, walking distance. If you're going to the store, going to visit family, you would use kilometers. This year, we have to convert between millimeters, centimeters, meters, and kilometers. So we use this flow chart. So if I were going from millimeters to meters, I start at millimeters. I would have to divide that number by 10 to get to my centimeters, and then divide that number by 100 to get to meters. So every time I'm going to a larger unit of measure, I'm dividing. Every time I'm going to a smaller unit of measure, I'm multiplying because there's more of the smaller measures in one giant measure. So let's look at a practice problem. If I have 40 centimeters, I want to determine how many meters that is. I'm starting with centimeters. So I circled our centimeters and I'm going to meters. So I start at centimeters. I follow this curve and it says I need to divide by 100. So in my calculator, I would type in 40 divided by 100 and I get 4/10. So 40 centimeters is equal to 4/10 of a meter. Now, what if I'm going from meters to millimeters? So I'm starting with 7 meters and I want to find out how many millimeters there are. So if I start at meters, I have to jump 1 time to get to centimeters and another time to get to millimeters. So I'm making 2 jumps. So I have to multiply 2 times. The first one I'm going to do is multiply 7 times 100 because I have to multiply by 100 to get how many centimeters there are. So 7 times 100 are 700 centimeters. Now I have to go from centimeters to millimeters. So I need to take my 700 centimeters, multiply it by 10 to get how many millimeters I need. So 700 times 10 gives me 7,000. So 7 meters is 7,000 millimeters.